everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and I am going to be doing some top 5 and top 10 planners lists for the planners I absolutely loved for 2022. This is not that video, this is the opposite. This is going to be the list of planners that just did not work for me for 2022 for whatever reason. Some of them are layout issues, some of them are personal issues, some of them I just didn't get to. So I wanted to walk down this list. It's quite the extensive list here. You can see it right there. And I have one other one that is not shown in this picture because it didn't quite stack up with this stack. It was about to fall over. So we're gonna walk through each of these. I'm gonna talk about the reasons why they did not work for me, and a lot of them are planners I genuinely really like and had best of intentions for in the beginning of 2022, but they just did not make the cut. So it's an extensive stack. Some of these are variations of the same type of planners. So before we hop into the stack, for 2022, I really explored planners. I figured out quite a bit of what doesn't work for me, what does work for me, what I need in a planner, and various different things. So that is really reflected in this giant stack of planners. For the most part, I'm going to be saying goodbye to most of these, but I will actually keep a few and repurpose them and try them for 2023 as well. Some of them are just things that I just didn't get to for 2022. I had lots of ambition and thoughts going into 2022 thinking, oh yeah, I can use 10 different planners this way and that way, and it just totally did not happen like that. I did definitely explore more planners than I ever have before, and 2023 will be an exploration in planners as well. But I learned a lot about myself and my planning style through this trial and error. So we're going to walk down the list. I am going to set this big giant stack aside and we will start walking down, and I will show you guys the other planner that's in the stack that just did not make the actual physical giant stack. So let's go ahead and start talking planners. So for planner number 1, this was a 2021-2022 planner that I picked up at Michael's, and this was what started me back into paper planning. I had just picked this one up and thought, yes, I'm going to start paper planning again. I really have missed it. I was digital planning, and then I wasn't doing much of anything after having a baby. So this was my easing back into planning, and while I did like certain things about this one, it just was not my favorite planner. Now, for one thing, this one is my least favorite layout of all time, which happens to be the really popular Erin Condren layout. And I did use it a little bit in here. There's stuff listed in here. I did use it. I just did not love the layout of it. So we're gonna flip to a month that is not used here, but this is just the typical morning, afternoon, evening style layout. And while I think it's beautiful, I think it looks really nice, in practice, it's really hard for me to use this layout. First of all, because of the skinny columns, which is gonna be a theme throughout a lot of these planners that you're gonna see. This year, I really decided I just don't like skinny columns. I write too big, and that's really hard for me, but especially this layout and the Erin Condren morning, afternoon, evening style layout, there's no lines. So it makes it even worse for me because not only am I writing big and not having a whole lot of room to write each day, I'm also writing crooked. So I just really don't like the outcome of my planning. When I look back at this, when I add things in, it's just not my favorite. So while I think it's a beautiful planner, I loved the colors of it, the paper quality in these Michaels planners is pretty decent for as cheap as these planners are. Like money-wise, they are super cheap. But yeah, the paper is just really nice. It's smooth, sort of like a plum paper planner, but not as smooth. It's just got a teeny bit of texture to it. The paper's nice, the coil's nice, the size of it's nice. It just happens to be this layout does not work for me, and I have ruled this layout out completely. I don't want any planners that have this morning, afternoon, evening layout at all, and I'm going away from columns, which I have always been a vertical planner. And then 2023 is going to be the year of the horizontal planner for me. It's just not working for me anymore. So that's going to be a theme throughout this book, or throughout this whole video. But yeah, the Michaels planner just did not do it for me because of that morning, afternoon, evening layout. So that one's going to be set aside, and that one actually is done. It ended up in 2022. Oh no, it goes through the end of 2022. So there's actually still time to use this, but I am not. I haven't been using it. And it was like the gateway drug into all the planner craziness because I ordered that one in 2021. And then I was like, yes, I need a billion planners for 2022. Now here is another one. I had really good intentions with this one. I ordered this Focused in the beginning of 2022 and love this vegan leather cover. I love their leatherette, thinner leather covers, and they're beautiful. It's got a beautiful texture on it. Hopefully you guys can see that on the camera. It's just got this most beautiful little texture to it. Of course, it's Erin Condren, so the coil is amazing. They fit with all the interchangeable covers. I love that this one's a neutral. You can see it's one of the focus planners. I love that it's neutral, but I just never got to this one. And that was something that I thought this one would be great for content planning or even like workout planner. It's got lots of room for to-dos, lots of other room on the side with unlined page, a big giant list of check boxes. I feel like this would be a great, great solid planner. I just never got to it. So this is one of the regret planners. I love it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's of course the Erin Condren paper, which is amazing. And I love the black and white neutral tabs. I love the leatherette cover. I just plain old did not get to it. So it is in my stack of ones that I hope to repurpose and try out for 2023. It's just such a nice planner. And like the size of it's really nice. The leatherette cover is really nice. It's just all around a great, great planner that was underutilized because of too many planners. So this is going to be in my repurposed stack, not in my take apart and never use again stack. And then here's another one that I just plain did not get to. And this one is a Kitlife planner. I actually have two Kitlife planners in this stack because I used them for half a second and never really gave them an honest test drive. So I definitely plan on trying to repurpose these and use them a little bit. But with this one, this is like one of the cheapest, most budget-friendly planners that I picked out for 2022, and I have a couple in the lineup for 2023 as well, but I just plain old never really got to using these ones in full capacity. I do actually really like the colors. There are people that have said they do not like these colors, but they're very different. It's a different color scheme. I happen to really like it. I love, love, love the beginning pages where it talks about some things to do. It gives you some stuff for the month. I just think it's a great option. I just had too many like goal setting type of things for the year. And then I really liked this daily layout. It's just such a nice little layout. It gives you lots of boxes, a schedule, lots of line paper you could use for reflections or notes or more to-dos if you need more room, gratitude activity and meal plan. It also gives you a quote on every page. It's just a nice planner. Even the weekends are nice and big, and then you get like this overview so you could do like a meal plan or whatever. I think it's a great option. I like the color scheme of it, but I just never got to using it. I never gave this one an honest test drive, so I hope to incorporate this one in, repurpose it. Their 2023s are very, very similar to their 2022s, so they just have different covers, but for the most part it's the same inside. So I definitely plan on repurposing and trying to use these. I have ideas for how I'm going to try to test drive everything. And then this is their weekly, and this one again is very similar. It's got the same kind of check-in things, monthly calendar, monthly dashboard information, which I think is great. Each planner has their own way of doing this, and theirs I happen to really, really like. It gives you room for goals, self-care type things, habit tracking. I just really like their whole system. But again, this one is the columns, and it's the columns for me, guys. I'm just not into it. So I thought about giving this one an honest test drive, and then the columns just totally did not work for me whatsoever. These ones do happen to be a little bit wider because the weekends are in the same column, but still, I am not a columns girl. I found out this year. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I can't squeeze my jumbo handwriting into these tiny columns. So yeah, this one was just a fail for me because of the columns. I don't know if they have a horizontal option, but their columns in the vertical option are just not my favorite. So that one's probably not going to be repurposed and retried. And going along with the same concept of columns, hourly planning totally does not work for me. I've got a toddler at home. As much as I try to time block and stuff, hourly planning just does not work for me. Now I have repurposed an hourly into a meal planner, which happens to work really well for me to track my own food. And that's been working pretty nicely for me. I don't always use it, but I really think it's a great idea for meal tracking. But as far as like a day-to-day as a stay-at-home mom, I just don't have enough timed stuff, and my time has to flex so much because of whenever quiet time is, whenever Stella has her own like free time windows. It's not always the same times every day, so hourly just doesn't work for me. And again, skinny little tiny columns, I'm saying no to. Just say no to skinny tiny columns. That's my whole mantra for 2023. So again, beautiful planner. Of course, it's Erin Condren, so I love it, but will not be able to use it in an hourly capacity. It'll be more like, you know, meal tracking logs. So this one is actually one I am talking about. I absolutely love the idea of the Spaces Planner, and I actually use a Spaces notebook. I love them so much. I love this notebook. I ended up buying a second one to use so I don't run out of this one because it's just so luxurious and I love it so much. And I did join their affiliate program. I'll have a video for the Spaces 2023 planner coming up really soon, but it is just one I did not get to. So it totally just didn't get into my lineup this year. I love the idea of the different size boxes versus having a set like this is what we do on Monday, this is what we do on Tuesday, etc. You can pick and choose what you're going to do from day to day. Here's a spot for like appointments and stuff down at the bottom, but for the most part everything is just pick and choose. And as a mom with a toddler at home, this is just totally my jam, and I just totally didn't try it out, and I'm kicking myself because this is one I wanted to review and I had really high hopes, and it just sat on the shelf and did not get loved and I just wanted to use it and just did not make room for it. So part of the reason is because I started using this is the compact vertical. I started using this one, gosh, back in July, I want to say, and just maybe even before July, maybe part of June, I repurposed future pages and I found this one, and I have been using this one for months, guys. I've been using this since at least July, so July, August, September, for 3 entire months. And I planned on using these for like a month at a time or a couple weeks at a time. Have not left this planner. That's how much I love this one. So of course this one's going to be in my top video because I just love it so much, but it really pushed out all of my grand plans for using all of the different planners. Just totally didn't happen. So this is a regrets. I really wanted to use this one. So for 2023, I will be trying to use this one and reviewing it for you guys. I think that of all of these, that's my one that I regretted not using the most. Now this is one I did try to use for a little while and it just totally didn't work. It's the size, it's the coil, it's the cover, it's the elastic band. This one just totally did not work for me at all. And the main, like number one thing I hate, actually hate about this planner is that red. Why? Why is there a red on every page? Like I planned out this really nice, this one would be great for like a wellness tracker. I ended up adding in quite a few different things. So like you can add widgets to the bottom of the days, you can add widgets to all this down here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 widgets and then stuff to add for the daily. They have different layouts for these. It's just super customizable. I picked my cover. I picked my name on my cover. I picked all the widgets. I picked the layout. I picked the color I wanted here. You don't have to have a color, but it's just so customizable. Their paper's pretty nice. It's just such a nice idea, but then in practice, it just did not do it for me. I would have to cover up this on every page. I just did not love it. It also doesn't have tabs, which is another reason why I'm not in love. And also, it's a Monday start on the monthly calendar. And that's something I also didn't love. And you can choose whatever monthly you want. I liked these little like pink things on the top and the pink here. So in practice, this one totally didn't work for me because look, there's red on all the Sundays and red on all the Sundays here. And I don't know why that part wasn't customizable or changeable. It's one that just totally did not work for me and I wanted to love it. I think it's a great option for people and it's a great size and just in practice did not work. I didn't like much about this in practice. So unfortunately, this is a no for me. And then I have some other things. These are I wanted to love it, but did not love it thing. So Makselife, I have been using this flagship all year long for my goal planning. Again, midway through the year, I figured out I don't like the columns, so I got the wrong layout for this. I should have gotten horizontal, but I did not like the columns, so I stopped using this weekly layout, but I have been using the goal setting pages that are in between, and I haven't used all of them, but I've got like the monthly goals. I've been using some of the weekly goals. This was when we went on vacation, so some of the weekly goals are not done for June especially, but like weekly actions pages between every week. Love the concept, love Makselife, love their company, love their brand, love their paper, love everything about them. But the undated planners did not work for me. I really, really want dated stuff. So I do have 2 of the undated planners. I never ended up using them a whole lot. I used them like late 2021 because I did receive them early. But I've got the vertical column and the undated. And I also have, oh no, this is a vertical column too. Let me grab one more. Oh, you know what? I took the undated one apart. I did. I uncoiled the horizontal version, but they do have a horizontal version in the undated as well. I just found that I did not reach for these. Let's see, which one did I use? I did use some for December here. So I did end up using some for December, writing in my goals. This was before 2022 began, so I was using it. I was using the reflections. I just find that, like this, it takes up multiple lines to do like one checklist box, and I don't like that. I want to be able to like write the whole thing on one line, and so the vertical didn't end up working for me, but I love the look of it. I love everything about planning it out, but I had to make my own titles or write in my own titles, and I did not love that. But yeah, it's a great option if you wanted it on this coil. And that's one reason I ended up purchasing them, thinking, oh, I want it on this coil. But yeah, I used this one and I kept with this one, and the O-ring did not end up bothering me as much as I thought it would over the year. I just have used it. It's great. The undated just did not work for me. And another thing about the undated that I didn't like is the actual cover that it came with. These actually are Life Studio covers. They fit the Makselife covers perfectly. The Erin Condren ones are one coil ring off, so they don't fit very good on these, but they do fit on the A5s. You can use Erin Condren A5s for the A5 size Makselife, which is a daily, which I happen to really like. It is undated, but I have used the daily pages in here. But that's what they look like. They're really pretty. But I didn't like the covers on any of the undated planners, so I'm really hoping they change them for 2023, because this was a fail for me. I had to write to them. Some of them broke, some of them came off. This one's like janky, and I barely even used any of this daily. I may not have even used it at all, actually. Yeah, this is one I literally never used. And yeah, just opening it for videos, it's already messing up. So I definitely hope they reevaluate and change the covers. I know they've had problems with them, so I assume they're gonna change them for 2023. This was just their first version of a coiled planner, and their coils are awesome, guys. It's very nice and thick. I just wish these ones would fit the Erin Condren covers because I have so many of them. But yeah, I just am not in love with an undated planner, which doesn't make sense because I only, you know, pick and choose and use planners for a short amount of time and switch planners all the time. So you'd think I would love the undated versions. For a daily, it's fine, it's no big deal. But for the weeklies, I really just want it dated. So unfortunately, these were not my favorite ones. I will repurpose these because they are undated. I can use them anytime. I did Frankenplan. I plan on Frankenplanning some again for 2023, but in practice, just right out the gate, these are just not my favorites. But again, it goes into my repurpose pile for the future. And then my last one, this is like the hardest one for me to tell you guys was a fail for me, and I really wanted to love it, and it's just great quality. I wanted to love it, and in practice, I just could not wing 2 goal systems. So for 2023, I'm gonna really try to use this one because this one had such a hefty price tag, and it felt like such a waste to not use my Powersheets. Oh, I just hate that I did not use this one, and I started using it. I did all the prep, which I find the prep to be invaluable for this, so I think it was worth it some, but I did not end up using any of the monthlies, like barely filled even like January and February out. But yeah, love the prep pages, all these goal pages. I ended up going crazy, filling all of them out. This whole thing is filled up. And there's one page that's like my absolute favorite page. See if I can find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Let's see. Flipping through, trying to find the year overview section. There it is. Okay, so this is something I have come back to again and again when I've been planning my Makselife monthly schedule. But for some reason, these monthly pages just never crossed my mind after the first part of the year. So I really want to get into the habit of filling out the month prep thing and utilizing the planning, brainstorming page, and then also utilizing this. One of the problems I had with it was it's such a weird size. It's hard to stick this page into a different planner. Somebody's mowing grass or something. But these ones are perforated, so you can take them out. I love that it has a reflection on the back. You can go over your month. I really just love everything about it and the planning system. I just did not commit to it, and I really regret doing that because this is a very pricey planner. This is one of the most expensive options that I picked out for 2023, and I didn't utilize it. So I'm kicking myself for not utilizing it more, and this is the one that's most painful. Like all the other ones, I'm like, it kind of stings that I didn't get to use this planner that's beautiful and I love it, but this one stings the most because of the hefty price tag. And I'm looking at the 2023s and really trying to decide if I'm going to repurpose my 2022s or if I'm going to go get the 2023s because they have shown covers that are gorgeous. I think I'm going to get sucked in for 2023. That's what I think. But yeah, I am an affiliate for them. I wanted to utilize it and, you know, get the benefits of it, and I totally didn't. I didn't use it. So I'm kicking myself for that one. I definitely will try to incorporate this in for 2023, but I just don't know in what capacity. I don't know if I'm going to repurpose the one I already have or try to get the 2023s because they are changing some things about it every year, and I want to see what those changes are and see if it's worth it to invest in the next one and really use it. So that is my list of planner regrets for this year. Some of them I regret purchasing outright, and some of them I just regret not utilizing and using and not making them into my planner routine. So I will be using some of these and you'll see them again for 2023, but I wanted to go ahead and walk through all of them because you guys saw how many planners I ordered in the beginning of the year. And you know, part of that is reviewing them for this channel. Part of it is the collector aspect for me and the shopping and the researching and just sharing it with you guys. And part of it is me wanting to use all of them too. And I know that's a really unrealistic goal to be able to use all of the planners. Like you can't use 5,000 planners in 1 year. I mean, it's just unrealistic. So I did learn a lot from my first year, like really diving into the planner community and researching what planners, and I know a lot about myself now that I just do not like vertical columns. In this time of my life, I decided I'm done with vertical columns. So I will have different planners to share for 2023. You might have already seen a couple of those videos pop up when I'm sharing new planners, but I wanted to put this video together and talk about the planners that just didn't make the cut for whatever reason and look forward to the next year. So yeah, again for 2023, I'm going to be sharing a lot of planner walkthroughs and information on planners to try and trying to decide what I'm going to be doing for 2023. And it's just a fun time. Like planner launch season's super fun, and I totally got sucked into a lot of the planner hype, and I am really excited for 2023 and trying out lots of new planners. And I have a plan for how I'm going to accomplish this and work more planners into my test driving. And yeah, so I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any planner regrets, if you bought too many planners, or if you found a planner just did not work for you for XYZ reasons. I would love to know in the comments down below, and we can talk about planners some more down there. Also, be sure to like and subscribe and follow me along. I will be doing some top lists, my top planners of 2022. So definitely stay tuned for that and subscribe and join the Sami Sweet Life subscriber list. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.